Alright, fans of loops, apologies, but, we're kinda done with loops now. I know, 2 episodes of content in a row that was all loop-based, might have gotten your hopes up, but instead, we're just going to be exploring the second floor of the old Mysteries Lab today. I'd call it by its full name, but honestly, just calling it Mysteries Lab is a lot easier, and makes it less likely for me to get something wrong. Anyway, we need a key to go this way, but once we try to enter that door... Jump scare dogs! Not in this recording, actually. The dogs were, rather calm. Original recording, one just, like, leapt in out of nowhere. Which was unexpected because I'd forgotten that it happened by that point. This time I was prepared and they didn't leap in, so no jump scare dog. But yeah, this is going to be a little tricky, of course, just because the enemies start where they're not at all visible, but it's easy enough to get them to a point they're visible. Like, this is a fine camera angle. If we were to go down the hall anymore, it would be, difficult to fight them, but they all kind of just went where I needed them to. Alright, since we can't go that way, that can only mean I'm having trouble entering doors. That can only mean we're gonna go back this way. So, I believe this isn't where we were before, and indeed, the locked room indicates that yes, we haven't been here before. And oh my god, astral knights everywhere, or astral skeletons, whatever they're called, astral warriors, that's it. God, I love this room so much. I love fighting these guys, especially with a double dodge. By this point, it's nothing you haven't seen if you've done House of Sacred Remnants or Remains, whatever. Names, ugh. Yeah, it's nothing new, because that area also had just a room full of astral warriors, but you know what? It's more fun now. I like this one because we have more abilities. Spinning Edge is also a nice one, though I don't use that too often. Even though I regain hearts if I get hit, I don't like using my sub-weapons that much. Spinning Edge is still fun to use, though. It's a good ability. So what do we have here? Oh, we've got Hanged Men. So, these guys like to grab you and try to bite you a whole lot. That's actually a pretty good amount of damage. I mean, well, less a good amount of damage and more so just, like, they get off more attacks than you'd think. Has, like, what, 3-4 hits on me? Only for 7 damage each, which, judging by the health meter, really isn't that much in the long run, but it took me a while to escape their grasp. Also, they've got a ton of HP. They look fragile, but, like, they take forever to kill. They're some pretty hardy fellows, which I guess is why their bite is so effective. You expect to kill them sooner, and then you don't, so because you've completely misjudged the situation, you end up taking a hit or 2, or 3, or 4, possibly even 5 if you're too slow button mashing. Yeah, that was 4 hits. So yeah, I guess that's a fair bit of damage. A heavier enemy would have hit me once for that much, I guess. Or something like that, I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to damage values, I just notice when I die. Anyway, here's a platforming room, which means I don't like this room all that much. The timing on this actually isn't horrible, to be fair. The depth perception can be a little weird, but honestly, I screwed this up a lot less on the second go around it than I did in the first attempt at recording. The next part, however, is a little more difficult. Of course, you have to make a similar jump. Over here you have a potion, which is certainly not what we're going over for. So yeah, you gotta do a double jump to get to that, and hey, that's a fancy looking door. Gonna go get the heart max up first, because once we enter this door, it's time for our first mini-boss. So this guy's completely optional, but this is the Flame Demon. Flame Demon's really fun to fight, but he's also the main reason you want the double dodge. There are a few more reasons in Mystery's Lab, but he's a major reason. So he can actually break your guard with his combo, and what I was trying to show off, and was pretty unsuccessful most times because he usually missed, but right here I believe you'll see it. Yeah, if you get hit by the bad side of that 3-hit combo, his second hit will break your guard, and his third will just hit you, because, theoretically speaking, you'll be in the way of it. In practice, maybe not so much. So, he's actually got 3 attacks. He was the most fun one to dodge most of the time in this battle. I actually had to do 2 takes of this guy. I died once, and the other recording I got him first try and had an alright fight against him. I think this one is a little more interesting. The one where I died, though, I like the most because I was able to get that 3-hit combo, or I was able to show off that 3-hit combo and what it could do far sooner, meaning I could get down to business a lot sooner. He also has this AoE spell, which it's slow enough that it's actually pretty easy to dodge. He indicates it pretty well. His third, I would say, is the hardest to dodge because it comes out of nowhere and looks like a slash attack, but you're going to want to be moving to the sides for that one. He used it a lot more in the failed take. Here, though, I think he uses it like once, and he didn't even use it until he died. There's no threshold for damage that needs to be reached for him to start using attacks. He can use them at any point, and I remember a while ago I had a recording of this guy, in which he just used his AoE all the time, and that was boring. Anyway, yeah, that's his Flame Wave attack. You want to dodge to the side for that. But yeah, kind of glad he didn't use his AoE all the time. That version is a lot more boring, but that was like pre-computer dying recordings. I believe... was that like when I had brought the LP back but had like recorded all of it? I don't remember which one it was, I just remember him being annoying. Anyway, I should stop talking because we got the Whip of Flames, which, of course, adds a fire element to our basic attacks. And one of my favorite things is the fact that every other time you do a heavy attack finisher, Leon will just shout, "Burn!" And it's hilarious. I love that voice clip. Anyway, though, yes, the elemental zombies you may have noticed, and ooh, that one's actually really useful. It gets enemies up into the air, but more importantly, you're probably going to be seeing that one a lot, because that's kind of just my standard combo. So it's nice to see the light, heavy attack get an added effect to it, considering that's kind of my go-to. Anyway, though, yes, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so, those ice zombies are weak to fire elements, so if we attack them with the Flame Whip, they're gonna go down easily. Of course, the Flame Whip also just in general does more damage to enemies overall, for the most part. Just like with the relic I've been using, fire adds more damage. But sometimes you might want to switch back to the Whip of Alchemy, and you might be able to guess why, considering elements are in play. Ice zombies are damaged more by fire. However, fire-based enemies are completely immune to it. Try to use the Flame Whip against, you know, flame zombies or the fire swords, and it's just not going to do anything. Now, considering this is probably intended to be the second area you go to, I'd say that's probably why there's a high mix of enemies in this area in Mystery's Lab. So anyway, there's a save point right there, but we could just waltz into the boss room and see what's up here. Because if we enter, we're not immediately attacked like we were in Parasite Worm's room, you know, by Parasite Worm. We just have a whole lot of debris, and this thing over here. It says meth. So anyway, doesn't look like there's anything we can do here. Also, I don't know anything about Jewish mythology. Don't know why I mentioned that. I don't know, it just came to mind for no reason whatsoever. But I figure that's enough exploring today. Let's enter the save room. So, since the boss won't reveal themselves, I guess we'll spend the next episode trying to figure out why that is. Why isn't the boss showing up? I don't know. Maybe they're shy. Perhaps we're looking for the book Overcoming Shyness. In which case, we're never going to find them, because I don't think Leon knows where 1Ed is.